It can be argued that the letters CRV are among the most important in the automotive world. Since hitting the U.S. in 1997, Honda has made this crossover a fixture on American roads. Not all of them paved. Maybe because it's always nailed the 3 C's: capability, comfort, and convenience. The 2023 model is new, the 6th generation, and equipped with the hybrid powertrain, it has the potential to achieve the important E, efficiency. It's EPA rated as high as 40 miles per gallon average. This is a top-trim Sport Touring in Canyon River Blue Metallic that retails for $40,400 with shipping. This hybrid powertrain is very important to Honda. Going forward, it says that half of all CRVs are going to get it. And remember, this is its most popular vehicle these days. And by a significant margin. The other half will motor with a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Both powertrains can be had with front or all-wheel drive, though this Sport Touring is strictly all-wheel drive. Some automakers are choosing to run the back wheels with electric motors. Not Honda. Its design has a physical drive shaft running to the rear, just like the gas-only version. There's no plug-in CRV. Shop Hyundai, Kia, Mitsubishi, or Toyota for that. Honda's hybrid system is different for 2023. The updated 2-liter 4 gets direct fuel injection. The new electric drive motor makes 181 horsepower on its own. In total, there are 204 horses and 247 pound-feet of torque to move 3,900 pounds or 1,770 kilos. A second motor generator charges the battery pack mounted here. It's lithium-ion. This is both a series and parallel hybrid. Now, typically when driving, the gas engine runs a generator which sends electricity through the battery to the electric drive motor. Now, when the system feels it's most efficient, there's a high and a low speed clutch that will engage, and then the ICE is directly powering the wheels. I found the engine kicked on during startup. With temperatures on the cool side, many owners won't know or care about the drivetrain complexity. The traditional Prindle shifter, which feels great, masks the tech under the hood. There's a B setting for extra recuperation to get buyers prepped for a full-on electric CRV, maybe. There are paddle shifters. I'll cover those later. Pretty sure nearly all vehicles have drive modes these days, including snow that should cover Ohioans, which is where the CRV is built. Is the CRV Hybrid outrageously fast? No, 0 to 60 in just under 8 seconds. It's as fast as it needs to be. Pretty sure there are no plans for an SI or Type R version. So here's the thing, this has electric motors, so there's instant torque off the line. It does feel quicker than it is. It's kind of satisfying. As a family crossover, the CRV suits that job to a T. For starters, visibility is excellent. The A-pillar has been moved back nearly 5 inches and 3 outward, so that helps. This has never had a massive C-pillar. That doesn't change. Same with a slightly raised ride height. People want that these days. The suite of standard ADAS technology, dubbed Honda Sensing, is a solid group of automatic emergency braking, lane keeping, and adaptive cruise control, even traffic jam assist. Everybody will be comfortable when they're riding in the CRV. It soaks up bumps nicely. One thing, when you hit kind of sketchy pavement, it does skitter around a little bit. Something to check on your test drive. It's most noticeable on rugged dirt roads, which brings up off-roading. At the 2023 Mudfest SUV of the Year competition, put on by the Northwest Automotive Press Association, the Honda had no problems covering terrain that few owners would ever point it at. It has 8.2 inches of ground clearance, so chances are you won't be scraping the muffler off. The all-wheel drive system is effective and transparent in these conditions. It's not a Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe, not meant to be one. This'll get you to the good hiking trails and ski slopes. No sweat. There are 4 steps of recuperation when using the steering wheel paddles. It'll coast or slow depending on what's dialed in. And if you're curious about the power flow, or if the high or low speed clutches have engaged to drive the CRV directly using the gas engine for efficiency, Honda has you covered. Let's check out the B mode, the more aggressive regen setting. Yeah, you can tell, but I do need to use the brake pedal to make it come to a complete stop, so not total one-pedal driving. It handles well for a crossover with over 8 inches of ground clearance. This being a sport touring model, the driving dynamic is a little bit of both, about as good as you're going to get in a mainstream SUV. I would give the Driving Fun Award to the Mazda CX-50. Knowing how the wheels get their power, it's a little surprising that when you put your foot into it or you use the paddle shifters, this feels like a geared transmission. You can actually feel steps. They're faint, but they are there. Enthusiasts will notice some incongruency between the engine revs and vehicle speed occasionally. The hybrid adds a little extra oomph over the 1.5-liter turbo, but more important for stressed-out parents is the hybrid's smoothness. You've listened to Barney's ABC song too many times. The refinement is deserved. This is pretty quiet, but you gotta understand that the touring model gets extra insulation in the engine bay and the wheel wells, plus acoustical windshield glass and side glass. So it all depends on the model that you buy. You're gonna have to check them out. Which brings me to efficiency. With all-wheel drive, the EPA rating of the hybrid is 37 mpg average on regular grade gas. It's actually a little bit better in the city at 40, not unusual for hybrids. That said, I'm averaging around 32 miles per gallon. But, I drive a little bit more aggressively than most. That dynamic is different than an Accord hybrid I recently got out of. It exceeded the EPA rating of 44 miles per gallon. Drove both of them the same. Traditionally, Honda does a good job with interior styling and materials. There isn't anything cheap or wonky looking in the CRV. Generation 6 uses a design language started by the current generation Civic. Nothing wrong with that. It's not just glossy black plastic. This long stretch of grating gives the cockpit a wide visual. The vent controls get an Acura feel. Good stuff. Sport and Sport Touring get orange stitching on the seats. It's leather on the top grade. These are a new body stabilizing design that are supposed to reduce fatigue and improve posture. They're on the firm side. I like that. You may not. They're heated, so is the wheel, a Sport Touring exclusive, sadly. This being the highest trim level, I'm a little surprised there isn't a bird's eye camera view system. Storage cubbies? There are all the expected ones, lots of room in the center console too, even a special place for your Maui gyms. This larger 9-inch user interface screen starts at the EXL level. It's a good no-nonsense setup. Maps are native to the navigation system. It does not require a data plan to use. There are the right amount of hard buttons, so you're not always using the screen. A volume knob is always nice to have. Like the EXL, Sport Touring upgrades Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to wireless status. A lot of owners are going to be pushing this into family duty. How's the back seat? Well, for starters, these doors open super wide, so it's really easy to load car seats in and out. We are both 5'9". Headroom? Pretty generous, same with knee, leg, and foot room. And these cushions are high, so that thigh support is excellent. It's really comfortable back here. Door pockets, those are about average in size. There is no storage on the driver's seat back. Come on, Honda, that's useful. Adjustable vents, yes, but no separate climate zone. No shortage of USB ports, though. This is the top trim Touring, no heated seats. The floor, that's fairly flat, good for foot room, and 3 average-sized adults would be okay back here for trips across town. You gotta remember CRV has not been a tiny vehicle for quite a while. For road trips, yeah, I would keep it to 2 back here. Generation 6 maintains the ABCs of CRV design. Casual observers might not see anything dramatically different, but it's about 2.5 inches longer and a ½ inch wider than Gen 5. A more prominent swage line down the side leads into a more aggressive face. The high-mounted signal lights are classic CRV. It's less suburban looking now, but file the design under, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's little wonder why people prefer SUVs and crossovers these days to sedans. I mean, the practicality of these things is just off the charts. The load floor isn't specifically designed to open easily, but there is some space to store things you don't need very often. The lack of a spare is a drag for those who off-road a bit. If you're wondering where the repair kit is, well, there you go. No remote releases. It would be a lot smarter to go around to the back door to drop these. Outdoor vehicles like this benefit from a ski pass-through or 40-20-40 splits. But darned if the CRV doesn't hold a lot of kit. In max cargo mode, there's a significant 76 cubic feet. I always do the TP trunk test with the back seat up. That's 39 cubes, the same as the standard gas-only model, or as measured in bundles of softness and absorbency, 9 packs, the same as RAV4. Let's do the red light, green light wrap-up. Green light. The CRV continues to do CRV things. Its practicality will keep it a popular choice. Same with the driving dynamics. Those are a solid balance between comfort and entertainment. It's also quiet, at least the Sport Touring model with extra acoustical treatment. Go with the polished hybrid system and it feels much the same as a traditional gas powertrain. Yellow light. The cabin is useful and attractive. A heated wheel should be offered at the EXL level too. Along the same line, the top trim is well appointed, but missing things like vented front seats, surround camera system, plus heated and sliding back seats that competitors offer. Taking a vehicle into the wilderness without a spare tire would make me nervous. Red light. In my testing, I didn't get close to the EPA fuel economy average. A plug-in hybrid version is on my wish list. We all know that Honda can do those. At $40,400 as tested, Hyundai and Kia offer better value. Sportage and Tucson throw in expressive design too, inside and out. The Honda is on the conservative side. But hey, not everyone wants to make a statement. Some buyers just want a comfortable, roomy vehicle with a good reputation to get them to their next adventure. CRV has been that vehicle for years. The hybrid powertrain adds around $1,300 to the price of the gas-only CRV, and an owner should make that up in 3 or 4 years, depending on gas prices. But here's the thing. During those years, you get a more pleasant experience. This is just smoother and it's more powerful. And considering this is going to be pressed into family duty, I think parents deserve the more refined experience. Speaking as a parent. For the price sensitive, going with a front-wheel drive sport hybrid drops the cost of entry to under $34,000. You know, if you're paying into a college fund or a wedding, if they're grown. The 6th generation CRV continues the legacy of a practical, well-sorted machine that does the chores. In that regard, it's letter perfect. A little trivia. CRV stands for Comfortable Runabout Vehicle. That's from Honda. Some people have said Compact Recreational Vehicle or Civic Recreational Vehicle. The first generation was sold in Japan for over a year before Honda brought it to the States. I remember it had a load floor that turned into a picnic table. It was really cool. There's nothing like that now. The Japanese manufacturers seem to have become more conservative over the last 20 years. We've come to the most important shot in the video, where I say thanks to Martin Campbell. He drives when I shoot running footage. His daughter's getting married. Your wallet looks thoroughly flogged, man.
Empty.
Mine's engaged. I'm about to go through this. The great thing is, he's a good guy. Happy to have him in the family. Before I go, I think you all know that I shoot my own video, and my goal is to make it at least halfway decent looking, because if it isn't, it's distracting and you're not paying attention to the information. A lot of people don't understand. It's the same with audio. It might look like I'm in the middle of nowhere, but as the crow flies, I'm about 3 or 4 miles away from core downtown Seattle, you know, where Amazon headquarters are. And there are a lot of city sounds like airplanes, dogs barking, emergency vehicles, And so I strip all that out and I replace it with stuff like this. Yeah, those are real eagles. We have those here in Seattle. I recorded that here. And so by doing that, it's just less distracting and you can pay attention to everything that I'm talking about with the car. There you go. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on social media. If you want to support this channel, please do. You can do it by using Super Thanks on YouTube or Venmo. Since my name is spelled V-O-E-L-K, a little weird, it's kind of easy to find me. And if you got a question, leave it in the comments. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.